Welcome back to SME Business TV. I'm your host Frankie Goodman and I am the co-founder of Orchestrate Marketing Limited. And I just wanted to touch upon something that's quite irritated me today really with regards to the support that the government are offering for small and medium-sized businesses. Now, we've spoken in a previous video about some of the 5 ways that governments are helping businesses during the coronavirus pandemic. And I just want to refer back to the Revenue's time to pay tax suspension. And when I first saw this, I actually felt this was going to be a brilliant opportunity for us to give ourselves a little bit of breathing space. Now, it says that SMEs that cannot afford to pay their tax bills can ask HM Revenue Customs for a time to pay agreement, which would suspend debt collection. The system has been used to help businesses affected by flooding and the 2008 financial crisis. Each agreement is negotiated on an individual basis for a dedicated hotline. During the coronavirus outbreak, the usual 3.5% annual interest on deferred tax payments will be waived. Well, I've called the HM Revenue and Customs dedicated hotline today and had an interesting discussion with them. And while there are options, they pretty much did everything they could to not offer us what they're offering here. So we spoke about our PAYE bill that's due, and they actually said, well, we can pay quarterly rather than monthly. So kick the can down the road until April, and let's discuss it again in April if you're still having problems. And then also with our VAT bill that's due next month, which is quite a substantial VAT bill of probably in the region of £40,000, which would give us probably 2 or 3 months overheads, so we would be allowed to carry on running for that period of time pretty much as normal, which would be a big help for us. They've basically turned around and said until we submit exactly what our current VAT amount owed is, that they're not willing to discuss that in any more detail either. So we're going to do that on Friday. We're going to submit that and then we're going to talk to them again, so I'll bring you the update on that call. But what I found very interesting is that it really clearly states in here that during the coronavirus outbreak, the usual 3.5% annual interest on deferred tax payments will be waived. They categorically said on the phone that no, that will not be waived and they will continue to charge the 3.5%. So I referred them to this document and also referred them to other sources that have released that it would be the case that the annual interest would be waived. And they had absolutely no interest at all. As far as they're concerned at the moment, interest will be charged on all deferred tax payments. And to be honest, they were just more interested in collecting from us still as much money as they could. And I know you come to expect that from the HM Revenue and Customs. That's not unusual. That is how we would normally experience any dealings with them. However, in this time of crisis and businesses like us which have suffered very early on because our business basically runs advertising for the most vulnerable age demographic for the coronavirus. We help people reach that demographic to provide them with very ethical services around sort of hearing issues and also mobility issues. And we provide a really good service to these people who are still inquiring with us and still doing their best to carry on as normal. However, we've really felt the pinch, and just that one bit of help that I felt in this article, it's what the government were offering. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be that way. So I would still advise any businesses who do have some tax monies put aside to call the HM Revenue and Customs and ask for the time to pay. Again, it all has to be paid back at some point, so obviously err on the side of caution. If you do have a better month than expected, if you called them and asked them to pay, even if they'd given you time to pay, they're not going to turn down your money, as what pretty much was proven today. They take any chance they can to take your money. Then it's still worth doing, and it still takes the pressure off if you at least know that you can utilise that tax money that you've got sitting aside should you need to. So I'll be very interested to hear from your experiences with the HM Revenue and Customs dedicated hotline. I will show you the number on here, which is the HMRC Coronavirus Helpline. It's 0800 015 9559. That's 0800 015 9559. And if there's any other things that you want us to talk about, we're bringing you daily content around the coronavirus and small businesses and what's happening to small businesses at the moment. And if there are any new updates available from the government, we will be bringing them to you as well. But if there's anything you want us to talk about, or if there's any advice that you need, put a comment below and we'll do our best to bring you some answers to those questions in future videos. This has been SME Business TV with Frankie Goodman. Thank you very much.